Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Meredith Mynrose. I'm a universal healer and a peace visionary, and today I'll be doing what is this? Sagittarius? Yeah, Sagittarius. A universal astrology message for the sign of Sagittarius. As you can see, I am particularly just with tons of energy. So without further ado, I'm going to reshuffle and hope that the message for you is good, Sagittarius. So basically, I am finishing the June astrology sign in 2 more days, so I have 4 more readings to complete for this month, June. Because I'm on a schedule and this has to be done, and I'm glad that I got my little nap. And did I take a nap? Yeah, I took a nap with my cat. My sweet meow meow cat, who's still sleeping in a cute way. So hopefully for this June month, there's good news for Sagittarius people. And if you don't mind, I'm just gonna talk slower and talk softer because I'm particularly exhausted and sleepy because I've been having a really full schedule for the past like 6 days. Yep. But it is good. It's a good thing. Okay. So, universe, what message do you have for the sign of Sagittarius, please? Thank you very much. Universe, what message do you have for the sign of Sagittarius? Thank you very much. Okay. One more. And then we're done. Okay, so let's see what message you have for Sagittarius. What message do you have? What message do you have for us, universe? Three of Pentacles reverse. King of Pentacles. You got this a few months ago or a month ago. This is a good card. It's 5 of Swords. 6, 3 of Cups. 3, 5, 6, 7. Wish come true. Wish come true, God. Oh my God. Your wish is coming true, Sagittarius. What did you wish for? Travel? You and your travel, Sagittarius. You have the travel bug. Now let's see what the unicorn says before I get into the cards. There is 3 Pentacles reverse. Feels like you don't want to be at the home you're at. You don't want to modify your home. You don't want to make your home a home. King of Pentacles, the Emperor in reverse. You're kind of like challenging your financial circumstances. And the strength is like, I don't know, the strength to will it to happen, to will your desire to happen, to make your desire happen. The 5 of Swords is like battling the arguments you have. So let me take out the unicorn cards before I give you any more insights, because this is just a very basic insight. I didn't tune into the all-encompassing messages yet. The first unicorn card that fell is Possibility. It's a good card. Possibility. Dance. And friendship. Possibility, dance, and friendship. I'm gonna take out the dragon card. It feels like from the last month's message, it feels like you kind of move your way around what the universe wants to give you, and you kind of like negotiated with the universe in your own clause. Like if that was this terms and condition, you put certain clauses, but then you have this kind of like ability to make it work your way, make the rules work in your advantage. So whatever that you've been negotiating and dealing with, maybe you found a house where you are house sitting in a place where you get to travel, like home exchange or something, or house sitting, you know. And how to say this, you know, when you look at your baby and you see the baby is like sleeping, I'm looking at my cat is sleeping like a baby. The first card that popped out for the dragons are the Golden Crested Dragon. Brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ light and absorb the Christ light. You are protected, expand your heart, and remain fifth dimensional. And then Black Dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you passed the test. Ooh la la. Rose Pink Dragon prepares your heart to connect with the higher facet of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Ooh la la. Cute, 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 cute. This is cute. I think I'm just going to pull out all the cards and let my brain read all of the energy. Yeah. It feels like you've managed to worm your way into, you wormed your way into something, Sagittarius. You wormed your way into getting what you want. You wormed your way into getting what you want. Something about money, something about the patriarchy, or like law, rules, order of society. You managed to worm your way into getting what you want in a situation where it gives you a very big advantage. The fates and the star. And I never even pulled out the cards yet, and I've never gotten this card. I haven't even seen this card before. But we're just gonna keep shuffling. It seems like you found a loophole to get what you want. 1, 2, nope, it's too much. You found a loophole to get what you want. Oh. but somebody had to sacrifice their power for you to get it. I don't know if this is good or bad. Is this good? Do you think you're being but you got the star, wish comes true. Let me tune into this Strength, Emperor, and then King of Pentacles. Sagittarius, I think you have to learn to be softer. So the card you got for this one is Truth Be Told, which, where is the little booklet? And then there's this All That Glitters. Oh, and then you got the same card again, the Fates. So I think the universe is kind of, and then at the bottom of the deck you have a leg up. I think the universe is shining some kind of, you know, protection energy over you or something. Don't fall. Truth be told, see, my hair is so messy right now. I wanted to tie it up or braid it, but oh no. No. So truth be told, All That Glitters and the Fates. What I can say, share, see is perhaps it's in your destiny to have good luck. Which Sagittarius always seems to have good luck, don't you? Because I kind of remember reading up that Sagittarius are always good in making bets or winning lotteries or something like that. You're always having this kind of like third time's a lucky charm kind of vibes. Okay, you got one card that says beginnings, which actually, like in the previous few months, you were meant to have home is your new beginning or something like that. So there's some divine thing happening. As I mentioned, like Sagittarius, somewhere in my past videos I mentioned how Sagittarius is an earth worker. Okay, two more cards. Resilience, which is kind of like match up with strength, right? Resilience and strength, it kind of like match up, right? Oh, and pleasure. And pleasure. So I think the universe unsuccessfully tried to teach you something about discipline, but maybe you worm your way into doing discipline work, that you wormed your way into negotiating spiritual contract with the universe that allows you to kind of like have fun, travel, because you found a loophole with your energy with the divine that kind of like allows you to travel and like start over in a new place where you can travel and work, or travel and live. Some of you may be college students. You might do like what is that thing? 2+1 1 year working in a different country, or you know, you're being handpicked, or you're being kind of like offered an internship in a different country, in a different company or corporate something. And it seems like you're having this leprechaun lucky charm. It seems like you have this leprechaun lucky charm. But something that you work on in the past 1 month, it could be this. You could have worked on something really hard to find a loophole to keep doing what you want to do. You're stubborn in that you want to travel, you want to always move. So some of you may not resonate to this. Some of you may have that disciplinary energy and that commitment to just make home your new adventure. And as you make that home your new adventure, you found some way to make yourself deeply happy and deeply satisfied. And then you have this pleasure, and you have this star card, which come true, and you have this, the fates is in some divine order that matches your resonance. And there's this all that glitters, your goals, your abundance. And there is this 3 of Cups, but it's reversed, but it doesn't matter, it's still a good deal. And you have this new beginnings, you have this resilience, and okay, so beginnings, pleasure, and resilience. Something you work hard for the past 1 month. That's crazy. You put so much effort for 1 month, and then you can do whatever you want. Oh my god. Oh my god. Some of the other signs might feel so freaking jealous of you. But you definitely went on like a fighting match. You maybe did some verbal argument, or you kind of like prove your point. You kind of like this. I kind of like vaguely remember one of this card was in your past reading. It feels like you verbally made your point very clear to this financial energy people, and you are invested. Your project got lift off or something, and there's socializing party with this possibility, this dance, and this friendship. So you have this kind of like new social circle. So you might have this where you're at home, where home is where your next adventure, new adventure is. So the fates, all that glitters, and truth be told, if I can find the truth be told booklet, where are you, booklet? No. I want to speak more about the discipline aspect that you have, the strength, the resiliency, and the discipline. There's also this divine, like that. I think some of you, you know, like a traveling gypsy. I think some of you Sagittarius are traveling gypsies. Besides being an earth worker, you might be a traveling gypsy. It seems that, so since I cannot see where that booklet is, I have to like just do the reading from the top of my head. Do this truth be told reading. Truth be told. So what I see is like maybe you're like an activist that is like pointing out bare facts. You are an activist that points out bare facts, and that's how you kind of like gain attention. You kind of like expose stark reality, bare naked truth, and you're like, don't know. It's like, because you're actually this free-spirited, joyful, extravagant human being, you kind of take the leap of faith in one of the most unrewarding thing and made it very rewarding. You take a very unrewarding thing and made it very rewarding. So you kind of like expose, like you're one of those celebrated, like if you do a mundane job, you're probably going to do a mundane job very well. And because you do it very well, you give the other people in that job scope a good name. And that is what made you got like a leg up, like the card that the polar bear, this polar bear, a leg up. You kind of like, it's like you are a earth mother or earth father, that you kind of like push one button and you just unravel the entire system and break it down. So it's kind of like you're like a society hacker, where it seems that maybe you play magic tricks with people's mind, ideas about the value of life. And what you do is that you put these points together where you make this big pitch where, like, do you love money? Do you love money? And then you're like talking the language of the toxic people. Like, do you love money? Do you love money? Do you love money? Do you love money? And then these people are like, of course we love money. The more money is the better. Like, right? Like, And then you're like, well, so let me actually show you something. So some of Sagittarius might be just out of pure luck, and some Sagittarius with other combination of the signs in astrology might not have a good intention. But this is for the Sagittarius that resonate to my content, and the Sagittarius that are like, you know, you are good people. You're not a person who is vindictive or harmful or hurtful. To some of you Sagittarius who can speak the language of the emperor, like, do you love money? Do you love wealth? Do you love luxury? Like, yes, yes, yes. And then you're like, well, let me have your attention, dear sir. And then this Sagittarius energy, I feel this is very Sagittarius energy because I feel like this is like the leprechaun vibe as well. King of Pentacles, leprechaun-y, right? Because leprechaun loves shillings or gold coins. And King of Pentacles is holding a huge gold coin. So leprechaun vibes indeed. And so what you did was that you made a point that serving humanity is going to eventually give a higher profit margin rather than being greedy in the short term and having the company being sued and having the company being morally attacked and having their companies being seen as a greedy corporate bastard. You're actually telling and showing them, hey, you know what? In the long run, if you care deeply for your consumers, if you care deeply for your citizens or the civilians, if you care deeply, what you get in return is everlasting profit. And your company does not have the tragic situation of having a class suit action taken against them and having a situation where there's a lot of internal conflict, or there's a case where people who works in the company won't create even graver, deeper losses in the pockets of the company's bank. So some of you Sagittarius actually point blank teach a lot of this corporate CEO, founders, stock owners, or whatever that it is, the value of integrity, or the value of taking care of the end user, and then trailing the money up to the margin of the founders and recognizing any dispute or dissents, like, you know, when things don't match, when things aren't harmonious, when things don't add up in between where the money trails up the ladder to the CEO. You're pointing out that you're pointing out, or you're teaching people how to value long-term profit impact rather than short-term. Like for 5-15 years, this company reap a lot of money and they do a lot of impossibly harmful and dangerous acts towards against humanity, like, you know, corporation like Shell, corporation like Nestle, corporation like all the GMO corporation perhaps. And I don't know if this is exactly what you are going to do, Sagittarius, but if you're this small people, then focus on the small scale ones. But you're definitely kind of like putting the pictures together that the toxic patriarchy cannot ignore. That your point is like bare naked truth, bare facts. And that's what made you have this power to shift the luck of the society. You're this kind of like leprechaun, elf, centaur energy, or this kind of like fairy energy where you kind of like you redistribute the wealth, the luck. You redistribute the money, the energy that is held up greedily by one person in that community or society, or the emperor. You're this kind of like volunteer leprechaun that balance out the wealth in your targeted source, targeted pool of consciousness. And then you got your wish come true. This is like a new beginning, which also happens to also be one of these card beginnings. Isn't that cute? And you're also having this social circle where you meet new people, where you engage with people, where you network, where you get newer opportunities, and there's a lot of fun in doing so. So whatever that you're doing, Sagittarius, whether or not you're traveling overseas, whether or not you are getting what you want, you're basically having the time of your life because you found your calling, you found your niche, you found your, there's a French word, joie de vivre, whatever it is, I don't know. You found your something. And your spiritual discipline is not shown from your character or behavior in this physical earth, but your spiritual discipline is kind of like rearranged and harmonized from your spiritual perspective. But it takes a lot for you to get there. So some of you Sagittarius, if you're not here yet, get to that point where you get that spiritual perspective, where you understand the amalgam of that spiritual idea into being. What is amalgam? It's like a projector showing some pictures, right? Let me just define amalgam. Like a sudden, no, it's not metal. No, what is amalgamation? Nope, guys, I said what I said. It's not what I meant. There's another word that sounds like amalgam, but it's not. Amalgamated. Amalgamation. Nope. So forget that I said that word. I can say this. It says amalgamation in sociology and methods of science to understand how sociologists go about crafting their theories and how we are hardworking, industrious, freedom living, and willing to consider arguments that you don't have to be discovered. Truly, there is blah blah blah. Never mind. So it's like if you're not this lucky, this industrious, or this phenomenal prophetess or prophet, or this idea bringer into the social circle network that you're in, you need to work in your spiritual connection where you get to go there, because you might have a lucky streak to get what you want whenever you want, like this traveling the bard or the fool energy, where you're just this traveling. I almost said, I accidentally said the traveling Bambi. Like, people think you're dumb because you're so free-spirited, but they don't know how damn serious you can be when you need to. How damn awesome you are in business. I don't know if you are. I'm just suggesting or projecting, but I think you could be. If you set your mind to it, you could be a damn good business human being. You could damn well be as good as all the CEOs, stockholders, stock owners, founders of Forbes 50 company, whatever you call them things. And possibly you're that very unique. You're that unique CEO where you invest in something because you see the long-term benefit of it. And it's like Robin Sharma, I think Robin Sharma, date of birth. I might be wrong, but hello, was born on July 16th. Is that Cancer? Sorry guys, I don't literally remember. Oh, that's Cancer. Oh no, wait. It's a Cancer. Well, maybe he has some Sagittarius vibe because Robin Sharma was like a monk or something, and then he became some kind of like fortune guy. Or he was a litigation lawyer, and then he connected to his spiritual side, and then he became something. So what I'm mentioning right now, my point of telling you about Robin Sharma is like you're that spiritual self-made millionaire or self-made entrepreneur who teaches other people, teaches companies, teaches corporates, and teaches big companies the value of respecting the end user, fulfilling the needs of the end user, and respecting the money that you take from the user, and the value of this long-term profit, the legacy. So some of you have a very strong divine fate and purpose to help certain individuals that cross your path the power of building legacies. And the Sagittarius energy is like passing down the wisdom of the earth down the legacy. So it means that some companies that are born in this year or the next 15 years is like will be like a very earth-based companies that values the end user and makes profit, makes money, makes good money, at the same time not hurting anyone in doing so. Like, you know, there's Body Shop. Body Shop owner was Body Shop founder. Yeah. Anita Roddick. She's a human rights activist and she's a businesswoman. She was born 23rd of... No. Wait, date birth... What? She's born in October 23rd. Is that... Libra? So she's a Libra. But she might have a Sagittarius vibe, personal vibe. So... she passed away in 2007. So there are like new companies being born right now that has these moral ethics and values to protect the interests of all humanity, all animals, all living beings, all sentient beings, and the planet Earth. And you might be involved in that. So congratulations. That's an awesome thing to do. For this month, Sagittarius, your roll call with the universe is stepping up in dealing with your home stuff, so that you can like decide, do you want to rent a home or do you want to keep living in your friend's place, or travel again. But definitely you do have friends to stay with if you don't want permanency, because it seems like you don't want permanency. And there's a lot of socializing going on this month for you. And it's in the stars that you are showing the light to the people who needs them. And you may not understand why you're where you are. Why you are where you are. A little bit there. Why you are where you are. You may not understand it, but eventually your beingness, your natural candid point of view will bring you a lot of luck, a lot of invitation, a lot of luck, a lot of welcome to like society, to like you're this kind of like an advisor for maybe a community. You might be an advisor for a social gathering, for a social cause. It's cold. So anyway, thank you so much to the Sagittarius. I know I start off this video in a very kind of like, oh, I'm so good and I need to finish this. But looking at this reading, I'm like, Sagittarius, you got your way indeed. Friendship. So one thing that you can really do well is socializing and making friends. You have new beginnings as well. Friendship. The world is on your side, Sagittarius. The world is on your side. I'm gonna like look out where my Sagittarius is, because I really miss my Sagittarius vibe, where the world was on my side, that I could like travel whenever I want, whenever I want. It's been quite a long time to have travel, and I'm planning to do something. I'm choosing somewhere to travel, but so hopefully I'll be able to have that lucky streak like you guys, to manifest just pure divine luck. Pure divine luck. Good things are happening to you, Sagittarius. Don't worry about it. And if you want a personal reading with me, check out my website for a psychic reading. If you want some kind of like some emotional support, spiritual guidance, some help in understanding, because some of you Sagittarius, you're on different levels of the perspective I'm sharing. The perspective that I'm sharing, the wisdom or the healing or the message I'm sharing, is like what you should aim for, what you should aspire to be. Even if I said something like very mega huge thing, if you just dilute the message, you can just apply it to your local community center, or your local theater, or your local cabaret thingy. Like whatever that you love to do that makes you feel like a Sagittarius. Not your local gambling center. Not Las Vegas, and not that in Auckland there was this like I went to one of it when I was with my friend in Melbourne. You know where people play the slots? That. We don't necessarily mean that. Not the horse thingy, not the horse race. More like the other stuff. More like the other stuff. Unless you're a Sagittarius in like the more black market scene where you're like all about secret Bitcoin thing, or like you're in a bidding war for something, so that is like super conspiracy, right? So Sagittarius, you have a lot. There's a lot of Sagittarius with different life themes. But yeah, lucky streak, wonderful. But if you need some help to understand your spiritual discipline, like there's an energy in this side here where it's like your blueprint, your map, and you need some guidance to understand your blueprint and map. Like, you know, when people do Akashic reading, they kind of like go into that spiritual library where they tell you your past life, your present life's purpose, things like that. So it's something like that. My universal healing is something like that. But I don't make specific reading like I'm going into your Akashic. I just kind of like connect to the source and tell you what is going up, what is up. So I think that's it. This, when I mention like, do you like money? You're telling this guy, do you like money? Yes, of course I love money. Let me tell you something. And then eventually what happens is you're teaching this greedy, toxic patriarchy how to lose money by investing more for a longer profit return in the long term that doesn't have to get being sued or lawyers being involved or the company being shut down. Because Sagittarius have a way to find loopholes. As I mentioned, you're good at finding loopholes to get what you want, and you're seeing that this guy it might have a bad, and you see opportunities for people, and that's why you're so lucky. You always see opportunities, and you see this guy, this CEO or founder, they have a good company, but the practice that they built on maintaining this company is going to hurt people, and then you might get involved and you might be a social activist, and then you might kind of tell them that this is not a profitable way. If you want to save money, you have to put 5 million at least, and then you're going to get like 20% more than what you're going to have right now because of loyalty, because of brand engineering, because of your social responsibility branding, social responsibility commitment. And this guy listens to you because you know a spiritual value that kind of like topples him to actually see longer term vision. But this is what I'm mentioning, this spiritual thingy that I'm mentioning, it's actually when your Sagittarius energy is in their primus energy. And if you want to be in that position, if you want to get that guidance from me to get there, you can work with me in a private universal healing session, and we can like sort out where you begin first. But that's kind of cool. Good luck, Sagittarius. It's cool. It's super nice to see you having this possibility, opportunities, and new beginnings. So that's it all for me. Let me know your thoughts if this resonate to any part of your life. You got the strength to move mountains and to tame lions, which is what you did with the emperor. You tamed this lion emperor to become more open-minded in understanding long-term profit impact for their company and their legacy. And their legacy is in the stars, fates. make a wish, it's gonna come true. And then the dragon card is you're gonna connect to the universe with a lot of love. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. That's it. That is it. Congratulations, Sagittarius. This is one of the very awesome reading that is good. So my name is Meredith Mynrose. I'm a universal healer and peace visionary. I will see you the next time for the next month. Check out my website and leave your thoughts in the comment below. For now, bye bye. Take care. Ciao.